Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1096. Happy Friday. Welcome to the free for all. It's also Groundhog Day, which means nothing. I think there's I think Groundhog Day is the most overrated. It's not a holiday, but it's like the most overrated day. Like we're putting the future of seasons on a rodent in Punxsatawney Phil, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Now, I read this on the internet. Not everything you read on the internet is true. I did read somewhere. I didn't fact check this, so take it with a grain of salt. That Punxsutawney Phil's only like 39% correct. But it's also like he's in Pennsylvania. I'm in Wisconsin. Like, what does it really mean? Like, you 6 more weeks of winter. It's freaking February 2nd. Of course, there's 6 more weeks of winter, especially here in Wisconsin. We're not going to see spring until June. So I think Groundhog Day is stupidly overrated. But it did bring us a great movie with Bill Murray. Thumbnail picture. I just completely ripped it off. I didn't even create a thumbnail. I just saved a photo of Google. Google Groundhog Day, Bill Murray. Save, upload, YouTube. That's laziness. It's not quite as lazy as just using a generic thumbnail when I get lazy. I had a lot going on yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty busy day. I had a job shadower come over yesterday. One of my dealers, father-son combo. They set up at the Madison show, the Rockford show, the Janesville show. And so they are opening a shop in Rockford. I know a lot of card shops are closing, but some are opening. So they're opening up a shop in Rockford. They already owned the storefront. So they're just kind of like, hey, we have the space. We own the building. We do cards. Let's just put them in a building. So they're opening a shop and they have, like many of us, have a lot of excess. And so they're like, can we like see your operation and just kind of, they want to get a scanner. They want to get Card Dealer Pro. And so Jack came over and showed him the very unglamorous life of volume card seller. So did some Card Dealer Pro runs. Showed him my shipping method, my inventory management system, all that good stuff. So that was yesterday. And then another card shop opened nearby in DeForest, next to DeTree. The trees in DeForest. DeForest. This isn't like it is an all new shop, but it was an existing shop that's moving. So it was formerly Nelson Cards in Stoughton. And they opened a new shop called Bonsai Cards and Collectibles in DeForest, which is Stoughton's basically south. And I don't even consider Stoughton like a quote. I use quotes on any suburb in Madison because suburb, it's just a neighboring town, right? Just all clumped together. Stoughton's not, though. It's kind of a ways south. So I never really considered Stoughton a suburb, but DeForest is kind of. It's not quite as far out as Stoughton, but I'm familiar with DeForest because that's where I get the I'm familiar with DeForest because that's where I get the tables. Ha 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 ha. Pun on DeForest. So Brad came out to the show. He runs Bonsai, formerly Nelson, now Bonsai. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna come out. When do you open? I'm gonna come out. So yesterday was like the grand soft opening. It wasn't like I don't think they called it it wasn't a traditional grand opening. Usually you do like soft openings when you first get started. They turned this, it's in like a strip mall. I mean, the strip mall has it all, man. Anytime Fitness is right next door. And then on the other side is North-South Steakhouse. And then there's a smoke shop. So you can smoke, buy cards, work out, and eat. Not necessarily in that order, but like, hey, what else do you need? So So it's in downtown. I guess that's what you would consider downtown. This is the first time I've been to like DeForest, because the Fleet Farm in DeForest is like on the outskirts. So it's a little further, like the downtown DeForest is a little further than the Fleet Farm. But it was about a 30-minute drive, 32 minutes, a little over 30-minute drive from my house to the new card shop. But it's so what I like about it's hard to judge card shops. And it's like, what's the criteria? What do you judge a card shop? And usually it's like pricing, selection, atmosphere, employees, and all that. And I really don't care about if the employee says hi to me. Like, it's kind of nice, but I don't want, like, I hate going and making small talk. You know how I am. I hate small talk. So if I know the person, like when I go to Bonds, like I know the people that work there. So that's different. But if I go to, like, if I'm in spring training and I go to a random shop in Phoenix, like, I don't want small talk. Like, I'm just like, this is what I'm looking for. Do you have bargain boxes? No. Okay. Then I probably won't spend much time here. So I really don't care, like, what, I don't want the shop employee to be like a prick and like not antisocial, but I also don't want them to be overly social either. There's a fine line there. So I go into every card shop and they're all kind of the same. Unless it's like a new card shop, right? So, and I like the way new card shop, my biggest thing, and I think we always like gravitate toward our coming of age years, like our formative years. And so when I got back into, like, I remember as a kid, like there was a card shop, like I counted up, I think there were 11 card shops. I grew up in Anawan, Illinois, and there were 11 card shops within like a 10-minute drive. In, like, we're talking podunk cornfields, 11 card shops in like the early 90s. Now there's zero. And there's been zero for quite a while. But I just remember going in and it's all the same. Showcases, boxes on the wall, showcases with overpriced singles, and then over here, supplies. That's like every card shop. Like, you walk in, it's like, yep, there's the showcase, there's the wax, there's the supplies, pay and get out. Like, that's a card shop. Like, how's the card shop? Well, it's like any other card shop. It looks the same. Some are cleaner than others. I think what I like at a card shop, there's two things that I like in a card shop. Bargain boxes, obviously. Good bargain boxes, not just crap that you put lipstick on a pig by putting a quarter card in a top loader and calling it $1. We don't like that. Good bargain boxes. Atmosphere is number one, man. And I think going back to my formative years, and I'm not talking about the 11 card shops I grew up with in the early 90s, but in the late 90s, when I returned to the hobby, when I got my driver's license, there was a card shop in Kelowna, Illinois. And it's Quad Cities, if you're familiar. So there's a card shop there. That's where I bought my first hobby box. Was Upper Deck Football for Christmas, 1991. But first one I bought, 1998 Bowman Baseball. That's when my love affair with Bowman began. The summer of 98. It's a coming of age tale. And we would go, me and my friend Seth would go, and we'd just kind of hang out. We'd go on like a Sunday afternoon and we just hang out. And usually on Sundays, it was like a kid, like kind of our age. He was working the store, and like there was always like kids our age hanging out. So it was just kind of like a hangout. That's what and I think we always try to like gravitate toward our coming of age and our teen years. But I love the atmosphere of a card shop. It's like I want to go, like, an experience. It should be an experience, right? But pricing is also a factor, because there's no experience if there's nothing. Like, I'm not going to go to a card shop just to hang out. Like, I have better things to do than just to sit down and look at my phone and watch a game on TV. But if there's cards, hey, that's what I like. So give me some bargain boxes, some good bargain boxes to look through. Maybe the bargain boxes aren't that great or they're not changed out, but if they have decent priced wax, like I'll pay slight upcharge and buy a box. I almost bought last night. They had I think they were Bowman Light. It had to, based on the price, it had to be a Bowman Light. It was 2022 Bowman Draft light box. And you could get these for like $80 back in November. And I'm pretty sure the prices have gone up on these. They were $150. And I'm like, and my first inkling was like, hey, that's not a bad price. And I'm like, oh, wait, these were $80 like just a couple months ago. But again, you're paying for some of the experience. Like, it's different just going to blowout.com and clicking buy, and then 2 days later it's on your doorstep, and then you open it in the living room and you're done. There's a difference with going to an actual card shop, hanging out, looking at watching a game, opening like around other people, like, oh, look at my hit, let's go, like all that. So there's an upcharge. I will pay more. Like, I don't have to nitpick pennies and dollars on wax if there's some entertainment value that goes along with it. Now, am I going to make a business out of going to a card shop and paying inflated costs? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I will pay. And yeah, $150. And what is it on Blowout right now? And I'm sure I bet 150 is probably close to market price, because those November prices have certainly gone up. 2022 Bowman Draft. Oh no, they're still $80 on Blowout. Well, shit. Maybe I won't pay $150. If they were 110, 120 online, I'd pay the extra 20 or $30 to be at a shop. I don't know if I'm going to pay an extra $70. So yeah, Bowman Draft light box is 150 at the card shop, 80 online. So yeah, still pretty overpriced. But the card shop that I went to, I walked in, and it's not dark. It's light. It's very light, which I don't like too light, but it's good for cards, especially if you're like, look, is this gem mint? And you don't have good lighting. So nice lighting. They had a couple small arcade games, those like small NBA Jam and Street Fighter games, which are my two favorite games anyway. Had those in one corner. They had like a junk wax section where it's like cheap, like $10 box of 90 Donruss or whatever. So they had like some nostalgia at cheap prices. The walls are like lined with like Michael Jordan autograph jersey, Kobe LeBron, Peyton Manning, like some super high-end signed jerseys on the wall. A lot of wax, new wax, some of it not priced to the market, but hey, it's what happens at a card shop. Of course, showcases, supplies. So like, and I even told Brad, like I'm like, I love this space. And so he's like, you know what makes it? It's like, and he points to the other side of the room. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this side of the room is every card shop. Whether it's new, old, dirty, clean, this is supplies, showcase, wax. That's every card shop. This side of the room is every other card shop everywhere. But that side of the room, not every card shop has TVs on the wall. There's like 3 big screens on the wall. There's like a bargain box bar, basically. So it's like, the wall has like a built-in bar with bargain boxes. And there's everything from quarter boxes, 50-cent boxes, dollar boxes, $3 boxes, $5 boxes. And then there's cheap slabs. There were like Jordan slabs, like 1988 NBA hoops, $50 for a PSA, whatever, 6 or whatever. Just, some of the discounted ones. And then there's like several tables, like 4 or 5, like circular tables where you can go rip wax, just hang out, whatever. So Bonsai Cards and Collectibles, DeForest, Wisconsin, really cool spot. I'll definitely be back. I think we're going to coincide some like trade nights with the Madison Card Show. So after the Madison Card Show, go up to Bonsai for trade night. So be a lot of fun. So that was my day. Little job shadow, little card shop. Let's go to the chat. Mr. Archer, what's going on? Happy Friday. Peter's in the house. Happy Groundhog Day. Good morning, David. Joe Trotto's in the house. Steel Cards is here. Had his best week of selling since I started. Super pumped. Congratulations. That is awesome. Donald's in the house. Good morning. Happy Groundhog Day. Good morning, Shane. What's going on? He congratulates Steel Cards. Red Light 34 is in the house. Good morning. Happy Friday. Victor, overrated rodents don't predict our weather. Amen. Quote of the day right there. Orlando's here. What's going on? Hello. Bill Simus in the house. Dan is here. Mark is here. Good morning. Punxsatawney Phil is full of shit. Yeah. Shitty accuracy too. Gate City Paul, what's up? Matty Ice, good morning. David, going to the Cranston, Rhode Island show tomorrow. One of the oldest card shows, started in 1976, 100 to 125 tables. Wow, 76. That's like 50 years, almost 50. Can you believe that? 1976 was almost 50 years ago. I was doing some so this Shakti mat, man, I love this Shakti mat. So it's like my pre-bedtime routine. I get on it for, I'm able to like, because of my ADD, like I just, my self prescribed ADD or whatever you call it. But now that I put headphones in and listen to music, it like, I lay on it longer. I'm a little more, it calms. It's more calming. It's, I've never done yoga, but I bet it's similar to yoga. Like I get up and I feel like, oh my God, like I can breathe better. I walk outside and I can smell every smell, kind of like a dog. And I just like feel refreshed. Where was I going with this? Oh, I was thinking about, I was just like relaxing on the Shakti mat. And I'm like, for some reason, I thought about 1989 for some reason. I don't know why that, for some reason that popped into my head, but 1989, 35 years ago. 1989 was 35 years ago. Now, at first, it's like, well, of course it was. But then you think, just think back to 1989 and like, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Like 1989. And like, holy shit, that's a long time. Like in another 35 years, like 1989 to now doesn't seem like that long. 35 years. But in another 35 years, I'm going to be, and I've got to think about this math. I'm going to be like 76, turning 77 in another 35 years. That's crazy. Time is weird. Time is a weird thing. 35 years, 1989. Jamie Croft, what's going on? Happy Friday. That story went nowhere. I don't know why, but it just popped in my head. Hey, speaking of weird shit, not Gate City Paul's comment, but I've got a story of a weird ass dream I had last night. Gate City Paul says, I like the old gritty style card shop where you can smell the old cards. I dislike the new style shop that's like walking into a hair salon. See, I like the new style. I like the new style. I don't like the crusty old card shops. Unless they have good prices, and then I'm all about it. Like, if they have great bargain boxes, then I don't care what it is. I don't care if their heat works. I'll stand there and dig. But if it's just like the shop here in town, shitty bargain boxes, shitty selection, it's dirty, it's unorganized, looks like shit. It's like, I don't need to go there. I had this weird ass dream last night. I had a weird ass dream that I went to. I think that's the Shakti mat like makes my dreams like vivid. So I had a dream. So I worked at the IGA growing up when I was in high school, and it closed a few months ago. So I had a dream that it reopened, and I was back in town. It reopened, as like a quasi grocery store. It reopened as like this quasi grocery store food court. Just what a town of no stoplights and 800 people needs. Food court, downtown food court, uptown. I forgot we call it uptown in Anaheim. Instead of food court, I walk in, and like sometimes, isn't it crazy how like random people like from your life pop into your dreams? Like this one dude who like just like an acquaintance, but he's in with a dog, and I like the dog was like really excited, like got all excited when I walked in, and probably because I was going, you know how you talk to dogs. At least that's how I talk to dogs. So I remember petting the dog, and then like seeing just like random people. Maybe it's like and I think this is because I scroll Facebook before bed, and so like it's like random acquaintances as you're scrolling. And then for whatever reason, your brain's like, oh, you're going to have a dream about this person, that person, and this person tonight. But yeah, in Pete's, and I'd been, because the IGA was like 2 blocks from where I grew up, just down the street. And so I had a dream that I was at my parents' house, and I went up to get groceries. And I think the reason I had this dream was because we don't have groceries. And my wife went grocery shopping. We're also entering spring market, so my wife is like absolutely crazed. So the husbandly thing to do is today I'll go get groceries. So she went and got groceries but she only gets groceries for like that night. So she went to the grocery store, and usually I get the groceries, but it's kind of nice when she goes because I don't do well with groceries. She doesn't either though. So she's like, well, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, I don't know. Like, we've eaten out like every night this week. I'm like, what are the limited options? Because I know what we have and what we don't. It's like, well, we don't have anything. And she's like, I haven't been to the grocery store. I'm like, I thought you just went to the grocery store a couple days ago. And she's like, yeah, but I only got stuff for that night. I'm like, we had nothing. And then you got one night. Okay. So I'll go to the grocery store today. So I think that's why it popped into my head. I was at my parents' house, and my mom is very similar, just doesn't have like, Mom, what do you eat? How do you live? Like, you have nothing in your refrigerator. So I had a dream that I went to the grocery store to get groceries, and it was like a food court. There wasn't like, because it was like because the IGA was like, I don't know what it was originally, but at one point it was a movie theater. So it's got like super high ceilings. And it's just, obviously it's a grocery store. So once you take all the shelving units out, it's pretty wide open. So it was like groceries on there was one aisle. It was like one aisle that like went around the perimeter, right? So like one aisle, you walk in, you go over here, there's one aisle, there's groceries on each side, and then to the back where like the meat counter was, an aisle, and then down meat counter or groceries, and then the entire middle area was food court in a town of 800. Just there's a lot of people in the food court. Maybe it's the grand opening of the food court in Anaheim. So I ended up getting the one thing that, like, dreams are fucking weird, man. Fucking dreams, man. I sound like I'm smoking doobies over here. Fucking dreams, man. Oh, far out. So I was in this food court, and there wasn't much, like, I don't want to make it. And I think I was like, well, I have to go home anyway tomorrow. Like, I don't want to buy a bunch of groceries. So they had pizza. They had different kinds of pizza. And I saw one of my acquaintances that was in my dream had like this pineapple pizza. And hey, there's nothing wrong. There's no bad pizza, despite what Max says being overrated. Not at all. Every pizza is a good pizza. No pizza left behind. And I'm like, ooh, that pineapple pizza looks good. So I'm like, I'd like to order a pizza, please. I didn't know how this worked. So they're like, yep, I'll take your order over here. So I order this pizza. I'm like, I want a pizza. Like, what are the options? What pizzas can I get? I'm like, what's that pineapple pizza called? They're like, we have this, this, and this. And then like one of them was like two of them were like designer pizzas. And then one was like sausage and pepperoni. And so I'm like, oh, sausage. And my friend, like one of the like everybody's an acquaintance in this stream except for my friend Bill, which is not his real name. His real name is Mark. We called him Bill in like 4th grade and it just stuck. So Bill grew up on a farm and he's like, get the sausage and pepperoni and help my farm. like it made sense in my dream, but now I'm like, what the fuck? Unless they're butchering pigs and pepperoni. Where does pepperoni come from? Is that a pig thing? Pepperoni and bacon come from pigs, right? Anyway, he's like, get the sausage and pepperoni, support your local farms. Okay. So I got the sausage and pepperoni. And then I had to, it was going to be ready in 20 minutes, which is kind of fast when you're ordering a pizza. Well, I guess Domino's says 30 minutes or less. Well, they probably stopped saying that like 20 years ago, maybe 35 years ago in 1989. So I ordered, and then I woke up. So I don't know if the pizza was any good. I'm sure it was because all pizza is good. Moving on. Mark, what's up? He says, I started to go to my favorite shop in 1983. 83. On my bike up until 2021 when he retired. We became fast friends. Going into his store was more than buying cards. It was visiting a friend. And that's kind of the unique thing. And not every card shop has that. That like, you know, atmosphere, I guess, kind of like that. James says, card shop must have a few bargain boxes and vintage and hobby boxes. Lots of new shops have retail walls. Not good. Yeah, so Bonsai they had like new wax, old wax, like pretty much any wax you could think of from the last like 25 years. Anything like 2000 up, plus they had like junk wax boxes, cheap. They did have retail. It was a little pricier on the retail side, but there was retail. Like pretty much any, like, I mean, shit, they got a ton of wax. Double A Cards, what's going on? Good morning. Max says singles, decent wax prices, owner, employee, personable, need 2 of the 3. There you go. See, singles and wax, I don't know. Like at a card shop, that's not what I'm shopping for. Like I guess I'm not a really good judge of character of card shops because I don't go to card shops. Like, I think I talked about this yesterday was the first time I stepped foot in a card shop in over a year. So am I really somebody that should be grading card shops? Probably not. Probably not. James says 150. Dude needs to pay for the overhead. He does have some overhead. Sports card ripping teacher, good morning. The students are looking forward to watching Phil's replay, and it lets me relax for 30 minutes. Then we'll talk about the purpose of it. You didn't cuss, so maybe I'll just show. There you go. Oh, show your 30-second rant. There you go. I didn't cuss until the dream, so just make sure you cut it off before we talk about my weird-ass dream. Mark says, Uncle Rich remembers H&H baseball cards in Garfield, New Jersey. 2 older gentlemen owned it. They would talk sports with us. It smelled like a card shop. Today's stores don't have that card smell. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not having the smell. Joe says 2022 Bowman Draft Light, $80 on Dave and Adams, and blowout cards as well. So that's a damn good deal. Like, I might just go buy a couple boxes right now for opening day. You know, I'm going to do that. Am I signed in? Oh, it's free shipping over $199. So I should probably buy 3 boxes, shouldn't I? We're going to buy 3 boxes. Log in. Because I need something for opening day. Actually, you know what? I need some for spring training. I need to take some boxes out to spring training. Make sure okay, it's got my current address. Maybe Ethan will have a rip party again like we did last spring. 2022 Bowman Draft Light Box. We're going to order 3 of these bad boys. Add to cart. Is there any other? I wonder if there's any other good sales now that I'm in a buying mood. I go to a card shop yesterday, don't spend a dime, and here I am online buying from Blowout. That's not good. That's not good. Dan says, whenever I'm in town, I will stop by my LCS in Riverside, say hello to the owner and his dad. He's a great guy, and I will try to buy something for myself or a rack if I'm able. Yeah, I wanted to buy stuff, but there wasn't really anything like singles. Like I was looking at there were a couple of Cubs cards, but it's like, I thought about the Bowman draft, but like in reality, if I buy like I think I want to rip it there. Especially since I knew so many people like John, who's set up at my card show in the past and comes out every month. Brad, the owner. Josh, who was my demo guy. Josh was in there. Tyler, who's set up at my card show. So I knew quite a few people that were in there. So I'd like to just sit down and, there's sports centers on and just hang out, open some wax at the card shop. Porter, what's going on? Good morning. Johnny M is here. Good morning. Team Kansas cards. Good morning, ladies, he says. Porter says, I had my first 40 card order yesterday. Same guy ordered 40 more later in the day. Hell yeah. I woke up. Today was the first day in a while that I've had like a big overnight sales. And I had a couple big orders where somebody came in, bought like 30 or more cards. The annoying thing is I think I know why this person had a 40 card order and then a second 40 card order is because that's like the limit that eBay allows buyers. You can only buy 40 items at a time, like per order. It's annoying as fuck. It's annoying as the F-bomb, man. I wish they would change. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason behind it in the background of technology that I don't understand, but it's really stupid. And I wish that could change. Harlan, what's up? Especially for us volume sellers. Brian says, shut up about 1976 is almost 50 years. Way to make me feel old as dirt. Hey, good morning. Shane says, what is the deal with second year cards? I don't ever remember this being a thing until about a year ago or so. Is this made up crap for the hobby or hobby collectors? I think I think I'm reading AA cards. Hold on. 1989 is 35 years ago. Am I not mathing that right? 1989 was 35 years ago. 1990 was 34 years ago. I'm not getting the math. Is that right? 1989? That's 35 years. Tell me I'm wrong. Or no, tell me I'm right. 1989 is 39 years. Today is 2024. February 2nd, 2024. Oh, I've got to Google this. Now are you fucking with me? How many years ago was 1989? How many years ago was February 2nd, 1989? 34 years, 11 months, 23 days ago. So yeah, February 1st would have been 35 years ago. February 1st. February 1st, 1989 was 35 years ago. Okay. I'm not crazy. You're just not mathing right. You're behind. Double it. You're older than you thought. Okay, going back to Shane. What is the second year cards? This became a thing just a couple years ago during COVID. So this became a thing during like the big boom of 2020 and 2021. Where especially, where did it like I think it started with like the vintage, like you couldn't afford a Mickey Mantle rookie, so you got like the second year card, which is still like not really affordable. Like Michael Jordan, you got a second year card. So second year cards became a thing because you couldn't afford the rookie cards. And then it just kind of, as prices got stupid crazy during the COVID boom, like that was a thing. And then like rookie cups, which by the way, rookie gold cups are popular. Like if you're like going through like list a Cecil Espy 1989 Topps Gold Cup. Like, just list a bunch of gold cups. There are rookie gold cup collectors, and it's surprising what you can sell on the rookie gold cups. So the second year cards kind of became a thing, a few years ago during the COVID boom. I thought it was I didn't think it was still a thing, but maybe it is. Johnny M says, going to my local show tomorrow. Could be as many as 12 dealers. I actually do well there, get great deals from 3 dealers, going Ichiro hunting for next year. There you go. Get ready. And I'm going to tell you, whether or not the others get in to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, but also start pulling, if you're going through bargain boxes, like especially dime boxes for some of these guys, and you're not going to be making $5 a card, but you could make, $2. And if somebody comes in and buys a whole bunch of cards, you'll make good profit. So Ichiro will be on the ballot. Let's see. Year on ballot let's look at first year on the ballot for next year. You've got Ichiro, CC Sabathia, Dustin Pedroia, Ian Kinsler, Felix Hernandez, Troy Tulowitzki, Ben Zobrist. All of these guys, some of those guys might not even ever get in the Hall of Fame, but they're going to be on the ballot. So they're going to be in the news like, hey, this guy's in the Hall of Fame. That's all it takes to sometimes sell cards. Just a mention of being on the Hall of Fame ballot. So start looking for those guys. Ichiro, Sabathia, Pedroia, Kinsler, King Felix, Tulowitzki, Zobrist, Curtis Granderson, some of those names. I sold to Curtis Granderson yesterday. And I've seen an uptick in sales on like CC Sabathia, certainly Ichiro, because Ichiro's already like, Ichiro's in the Hall of Fame next year, which, it's a given. I think the only question about Ichiro getting in the Hall of Fame is, will he be unanimous? He is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Will he be unanimous? Shane says, because to me, a second-year card isn't any more valuable of a base card than a 5th or 8th-year card. It's always just been a rookie or not. And I think it's evolving. The hobby evolves. And I just think it is what it, people always, when Bowman U came out a couple of years ago, who was bullish on Bowman U? And Bowman U has done really well. And I think it's going to continue to do well. And Bowman U, you can now, and I even talked about this subject, and I think it was at the card show this weekend, about somebody who's not a baseball collector. They're a football collector, and they're like, they said, I love Bowman U because now we can prospect football like you can with baseball with Bowman. I've said that since Bowman U came out, but the poo-pooers say, well, the college unis just don't do anything, Prism, Paninis, all that, but this is different. I can't explain why, but it just is. And Bowman U has this traction, man. So things change. Just because it's always the way we've always done it doesn't mean it's not going to change. We've got a new generation. We've constantly have a new generation of collectors coming into the hobby, and things will change. Some stand the test of time. Some don't. So the second year card may hold some ground. It may third, fourth, fifth year, like Tom Brady. This is his 4th year card. I don't see much of that now, but in the future, it certainly could be the case. And I think the second year cards do have traction, especially when you're priced out. You're talking Mike Trout, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Mickey Mantle, especially most of the vintage rookies. Your casual collectors are already priced out on rookie cards. So what's the next best thing? Second year card. Why do you want a rookie card? Because it's the first. Should be. Why do you want the second year? Well, I can't afford the first, so I might as well have the next best thing. So I think it will stand. Michael, what's going on? Good morning. Kyle, good morning. Crazy to think it's not that far to 70 from 40. Oh, I know it, man. Travis Kelce's girlfriend was born in 1989. I had to mention it. You mean Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift, baby. Christian, what's up? Good morning. Happy Groundhog Day. Watch that first step. It's a doozy. Sports Card Ripping Teacher. What a great movie. And I bet some chance, probably TBS or TNT is running that wall to wall today. So I might just have to turn it on. We go to the 2 card shops in town that still treat the kids like customers. One of the shops, they act like it's an inconvenience to show the kids a stack of cards they saw last week. We have a shop around here that's like that. And that's why I don't go. Dan says, if someone doesn't talk to dogs like that, I won't trust them. Absolutely. You gotta like just melt when you see a dog. And I don't care. Like, I probably cared more when now I don't give a shit like what people think of me. Like, I'm going to go talk like a baby to that dog, and I'm going to love that dog like you love your own dog, because dogs are the best. Brian says, happy Friday. Does Punxsatawney Phil have a rookie card? I love that beautiful Groundhog. You know, there was a Groundhog Day card in Allen and Ginter. Guess it sold yesterday or 2 days ago. I shipped it yesterday, so it sold probably 2 days ago. Yeah, I sold a Groundhog. I think it was in 2010 or 2011, Allen and Ginter. Brian Wolf talks about Double A's mathing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm like, wait, no. I think I can math. 2024, 1989, that's 35. Sports card ripping teacher. Now, March of 1989 was 34 years and 11 months ago, but yesterday was 35 years. February 1st, 1989. Was 35 years ago. Royals Rally, the KC version of Cubs Convention, is tomorrow at the stadium. Baseball is almost here. I think I've heard good things. I think we talked about this, like one of the early hobby evolutions was fan conventions, because I know Twins Fest is really big. I think they changed it recently, but it's still a popular thing. The White Sox did away with their fan convention. Most teams don't do fan conventions or rallies or caravans anymore. Red Light 34, the F-bomb. Brian says, will there be more Chiefs jerseys than Royals? More Chiefs than Royals? Probably. Do you live in the Springfield, Branson area? Asks Porter. Team Kansas Card says, I used your advice and preheated our pizza stone last night. Game changer. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, apparently. Which I didn't know until a year or two ago. Because I always just put the pizza on the pizza stone and then put it in the oven. You put it in the pizza oven. Now you're supposed to, how long did you preheat your pizza stone? You're supposed, like, by rule, I guess, you're supposed to put it in for like an hour. So you're supposed to like preheat your oven for like an hour and then cook your pizza. And that's, so if that's what you did, I've never tried that because I'm not patient enough. Well, it's not that I'm not patient. It's just that I don't plan ahead. I need to preheat for an hour. It's like, no, I want to preheat for like 10 minutes. Zach and Porter, what's up? Good morning. Brian says, coal-fired prosciutto and artichoke pizza, banging. Pizzas, love pizza. Dreams are F-bomb crazy for sure. Multiple occasions where I'm in a situation, conversation, and I get deja vu, and I remember dreaming about what I'm doing a few days ago. Anyone else have this? Yes, absolutely. I get deja vu not as much as I used to. When I was younger, I got deja vu all the time. Maybe it's because I was like drinking maybe I was just drunk all the time. Like I remember, Zach and Porter, sports card ripping teacher, said that Graham had the hot hand with the auto. Max says, I never said pizza wasn't good. I said it was overrated, meaning there are plenty of other things I would prefer over pizza, just to clarify. Brian says, you know what's good for the hobby? That episode of Different Strokes where Dudley was dressed as Tarzan in the bike store, not a card shop. I never saw that episode. I just want good bargain boxes at the LCS. That's ideal for me. That is ideal, is the good bargain boxes. Sports card ripping teacher says we definitely need to do that. I keep looking for a card show around you guys when we are in Delavan. Brian, what's going on? How was Nelson's? I was just talking about it. Awesome shop. It's new. I think the best part about it is half the side is what you see in every card shop in the country. Wax, showcases, supplies. Every card shop has that. But what every card shop doesn't have is the other side of the room, He's got like 3 big screens on the wall. He's got rows of bargain boxes. I dug through some of the bargain boxes. For me, wasn't very much, but I'm picky. And then they've got a bunch of tables, like 4 or 5 tables where you can like sit down, rip wax, sort, whatever you want to do. Really cool shop. I'll definitely be going back. Rose417 says a lot of the newer shops in KC have mostly newer stuff. So I keep going to the one that has been around the longest, walk behind the counter, pick out a box, and find cards that I don't need. Tea timer, top of the morning. Porter says, I'm ordering Series 1 hangers from Steel City today. Also, no Woodruff, Hader, Burns in the Central this year. Sweet. Yeah. How about that? Corbin Burns to Baltimore. Johnny says, made up crap just like color match. Color match is cool, though. Like, I understand why there's an attraction for color match. Like, blue refractors of the Cubs are fucking cool. Orange, not so much. Gold, because it's gold. Everybody loves gold. But a color match, like Oakland A's, like, well, green's my favorite color. But the Oakland A's in a green color match, like, that's fucking cool. So I get the color match. Max says, yes, it's correct. I will be 35 in December. It is 35. Thank you. Good morning, Dan. What's going on? Happy Friday. Double A laughs. Jamie does the math. Zach and Porter said, I lived in Delafield, 7th grade on. Everyone in college thought I lived in Delavan when they asked where I was from. I wonder if kids from Delavan got Smiley Barn confusion when they were asked. Double A, sorry, I will walk myself out. Have a great day. Uncle Rich, good morning. He says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. Max says the second-year cards were brought about for people to feel good about not being able to afford the rookie. So you bought the second year, more skewed towards modern stuff. Zach says, Bo, you can also use your age and the year you were born to help with these tricky math problems. Brian says, can confirm about second-year cards. I will never be able to afford the 86 Fleer MJ, but I do have the 87. Dan says, my sister just sent me a picture this morning. She met one of the Bushwhackers last night. That is cool. Which one? Luke or Butch? Did one of them die? I don't think one of them died. Maybe one of them did die. Bushwhackers. It's Butch Miller and Luke Williams, I think. Bushwhackers. Well, if one of them's dead, she met the alive. No, they're both alive. Good. It's good that we have both Bushwhackers still with us. Butch and Luke. Oh. Shane says, okay, this is what I thought. I knew it was something super stupid. I saw this listed as what you can get in a hobby box. It is so cringe. Brian says, I like buying earlier stuff of a player's career. Example, Mahomes cards before 2020. Those are all before he wins a Super Bowl, which to me is still a prospect card. And, early Tom Brady cards, there's a premium on some of the first 5 years of Tom Brady cards as well. Shane says it's about as dumb as an eBay one. No, it's not that dumb. No, nothing is that dumb. Nothing is that dumb. Porter says, bought myself a second-year Pete Maravich last week. Shane says, no, it's not as dumb as eBay 1 of 1. No, it's not. It's not near, no. Jamie says, Dustin Pedroia is my favorite. Probably will not make the Hall, though. Career cut short. I think Dustin Pedroia makes the Hall of Fame. I think he does eventually. He's certainly not going to be a first ballot, which, I mean, if you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. So, but just based on how the voting goes, I already have it over here. Dustin Pedroia. He played 14 seasons. So kind of on the lighter side of a career, but still enough to where I think he'll eventually get in. Porter says second year eBay 1 of 1 fire emoji, gem mint 10 question mark. Shane says, so we can just make shit up to make cards worth more. That's all marketing. 5-year cards now could be worth more if we call it a 5th-year anniversary card of the pros. I mean, it's just, why is a rookie card more? It's the same concept as a rookie card, a second-year card. It's just an early card of the player. It's no different than a rookie card. Well, it's 1 year different, but it's no different than a rookie. Why is a rookie card worth more than it's printed on the same piece of cardboard that the next year's card is? It's just the same as a rookie card, except it's the second-year card. Michael says, what's going on? Long-time watcher, first-time commenter. Welcome to the chat. Have your dreams ever seemed so real you could smell where you were? Ooh, I don't know. Had one last night like that, and I lost my smell 2 years ago with COVID. Interesting. Wow. That is certainly unique. I don't think I've ever had that. I've had like the pain where you have a dream, you're in pain, and you wake up and you're like arms asleep. But I don't think I've ever had a smell dream. That is interesting. Raphael in the house. He says, him and cousin Nadia reporting shipping and listing and shipping. Welcome to the show. Brian says to Shane, marketing is a mad world. Why are there so many rookie variations? It's not that different. It's making the hobby affordable to all. Not saying it's right. Morning, Paul Carl. Matty Ice. That's just my way of jabbing the critics that said that no one knew Travis Kelce before he started dating Taylor Swift. Clifford, what's going on? Big fan of Last. There you go. And that's been a thing. That's been a thing much longer than a second-year card. The last year, because it's got the career arc. Roberto Clemente, 73 tops, probably the most famous example. So it's really not a second-year card being more sought after, valuable, whatever, is not a new concept at all. Because as Clifford says, yeah, the last year cards, when you're talking vintage, is a big thing. Uncle Rich says we still have the Winter Carnival here for the Rangers and even for the AA Frisco Rough Riders. That's cool. The local minor league affiliate down in Beloit, they're a Marlins affiliate, which I think has the worst farm system in baseball. They do like a welcome, like I think when the players get to town, they do like a welcome to Beloit. Sorry, welcome to Beloit. Sorry. Red light, hit the like button, go to the eBay store. Oh yeah, let's throw that eBay link there. I added a couple hundred cards to the store yesterday. Dan says the White Sox Fest will be back next year. Oh, that's good. That's good because it was popular. Like I knew a lot of Cubs fans that would go to White Sox Fest just because the autographs were like you got good autographs. Porter says hello to Paul. Michael Renicky says Frozen. Flipping Sports Guy says when I do listings by hand versus Cardi the Pro, I add Rookie Gold Cup to the title. There you go. It's he says, oh wow, I'm way behind in the stream. Yeah, Rookie Gold Cup is there's a lot of collectors. When I was doing a lot of trading, I would get people like, I collect Rookie Gold Cups. I'm like, well, that's easy. Do you have the 89 tops Cecil Espy? Paul says, hi to Porter. He wants to know, anyone else mix ranch and hot sauce to dip their pizza into? That's the chef's kiss. I've never done the mix, but I went through a phase of dipping my pizza into ranch. I think that's a Midwest thing. Although you're not in the Midwest, are you? But ranch is a big Midwestern thing. But I haven't done that. That was like, I don't know, probably in my 20s when I was doing that. I was probably also, I spent most of my 20s drunk. So I was probably drunk. I was hammered, stumbling home from the pace, eating a $5 pizza out of a trunk of a car from Domino's, dipping. Well, Domino's, you have to dip pizza in a ranch because Domino's pizza is terrible. So that's probably because I had shitty pizza. I was eating shitty pizza as, who said it? Flipping Sports Guy. Yeah. It's got to be shitty pizza to have to dip it. Like, that's like, pizza's like steak. Pizza is like steak. You shouldn't have to add any condiments to a pizza. I mean, if you put them in the pizza, that's different. But you shouldn't have to have, like, put all your shit that you want. If you want something in the pizza, just put it in the pizza. But you shouldn't have to dip your pizza into anything. And I think Papa John's, don't they have that like garlic dipping sauce? Like, because Papa John's pizza is terrible. You have to dip it. You shouldn't have to dip your pizza. I agree, Flipping Sports Guy. Dan says, what percentage of LCSs have bargain boxes? Under 30%? Probably. I mean, the local shop here has, Brian and I would go there like during COVID, and he had some good bargain, like, but it was all timing. Like his bargain boxes were basically like everything 10x'd in value. Like not everything, but a lot of things 10x'd in value from 3 months ago to now, back then. And so like I pulled the Justin Verlander rookie for like $5 and it had gone up to like 40. So I guess that's 8x. What else? There was a rookie refractor auto of somebody that was like $4. I sold it for 40. That's 10x. And then he just never updated, or like the new stuff he put in sucked. So it was timing is everything. But yeah, most card shops that I go into, like their bargain boxes they don't have them or they're just kind of weak. Except Jennings, you can just sit down and look at bargain boxes for hours. Paul says crappy pizza is the best kind. There's no such thing as a crappy. Well, Domino's and Papa John's, but it's still good. Like if I'm hungry, it's really good. So I guess even though but I still don't have to dip my pizza. Papa John's and Domino's. It does make it better. So maybe there is such thing as a crappy pizza. Unicorn Cupcake, what's going on? Bought a Will Clark Donruss Elite autograph in a bargain box 35 years ago. That was 1989, we all learned today. Finally sold it for a $2 profit last week. Brian says, what the fuck? Wife took car to Hyundai for an oil change. $150? And she agreed. Oh, did they upcharge her? Well, you need this and you need that. I had, it's her stupid birthday today, so I can't get mad, at least to her face. Remember the story, the orange juice story that I told my coworker? He had the same thing happen to him. And so we had another sales guy that worked in our office, rest in peace. He passed away a couple years ago. He was kind of like the fatherly figure of the sales team. And I remember this young, naive guy, coworker, came back from his oil change, and he's like, and it was, and this is like 20 years ago. So 150, this was like 300 20 years ago. And he came back and he's like, how much does your oil change cost? And I think we were in the break room, and Jeff, who passed away, the fatherly guy, and I'm like, I don't know, like $20. And he's like, mine costs like $180. And I think Jeff was eating lunch, and I think he spit his food out. Adam, you know, when you do something dumb and your dad gets pissed, yells your name. That's what happened in this scenario. Adam, why did you pay $180 for an oil change? Well, they said I needed this and this and this. And so he probably got charged for like every little, like, we're going to top off your turn signal fluid. He probably fell for it. $180 oil change. That's why I like going to, and when I got my car, they added value. Like I get free full service oil change. So I just hand them when I go into their thing, I just hand them the coupon. So they don't have to they still try to upcharge. Oh, you need this. And I'm like, just change, just do whatever says the coupon says. There's somebody out there, the gearhead, they're like, oh, you should listen, because they're probably telling me something. That's why my Bushwhacker Butch is dead. What? Oh, I didn't know that. So I guess your wife didn't see Bushwhacker Butch. Yep, he died last April. Butch Miller. Well, shit. So we know who you met. Luke Williams, or your sister, or whoever it was. Somebody met Bushwhacker Luke last night. JW says, you ever start nodding off while listing cards? No. No, I can honestly say that's never happened. I've been up since 2 a.m. listing and kept nodding off until you came on. Thank you. That's some, like, I have to get my sleep, man. More power to you. Powering through that. Max says, can only have one first-year card, though. Rookies will always be a thing. I haven't heard about Bushwhackers in a long time. Brings back memories. Yeah. Non-sports showcase. What's shaking caramel tits? Wow. That's the first time that sentence has ever been uttered. I didn't even, but I'm uttered in tits. 9 a.m. Who drunk? Where we at? Uncle Rich says 69 Mantles, also pretty famous as, there it is, the last card. And even more so because of the white letter variation. Max says first and last, definitely different than second and fifth. Let it go. If you're frozen, you can all shoot me now. Brian says, trying to sell my first player lot on eBay, going with Jim Harbaugh because I was just flipping through football. Let me tell you, Jim, if you're listing football, Jim Harbaugh has been like my hottest seller on eBay. I'm shipping, like every other card I was shipping yesterday or 2 days ago was Jim Harbaugh. Let's type in Jim Harbaugh on my sold. So let's just look in the let's do last 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I sold 10 cards. I probably had 10 Jim Harbaughs in my store. Sold 10 of them. Royals 417 to Dan. I would say 30% might be generous on the bargain boxes at card shops. Flipping Sports Guy says, my local shops don't have bargain boxes at all. Just wax, overpriced local players and memorabilia. That blows. I hate that. Let's see. Uncle Rich says, in kind of sort of related Cubs news, Theo Epstein, who helped get those Cubs to 2016, returned to Fenway Sports today. Orlando says, new card shop here has no bargain boxes. AA mint cards. Boo. Bring back the bargain boxes. Looks like Jeff Wilson's store. Shane says, there is such thing as a crappy pizza. It's the square Totino's. Yeah. I agree with that. If he bought a Will Clark Elite Auto in 1989, he has invented time travel, as those cards were not made for a couple more years. Max says, I was reading your comment to Shane and got to Totino's and said to myself, you monster, but then you said the pizza, not the bites. Brian says, upcharge was 900. She said no to that, but I guess it made 150 sound good. Jesus. What the hell? Did they like replace the motor, engine, whatever the hell's under the hood? Holy shit. Shane says, I'll eat pizza rolls all day, but their pizza is worse than a fart in the mouth. Oh, man. You got some hot takes, man. Fart in the mouth? I don't know if I want to fart in the mouth. I love pizza rolls, though, man. Pizza rolls in the air fryer? Holy shit. Life-changing. Flipping Sports Guy got stuck with a $1,000 bill on my annual inspection yesterday and still have to go back for the brakes. Those were right at the state minimum. Inspections. Wow. We don't have inspections here. I don't think. At least if we do, I don't get them. Red Light wants to know, what the fuck? What the fuck is turn signal fluid? Yeah. Don't you ever get upcharged for turn signal fluid? Unicorn Cupcake says, I worked at Domino's as a teen, and I one time delivered a lady her pizza off at her house. We pulled up to her house, leaving us hanging, and she grabs me above the knee, looks me in the eyes and says, what can I ever? Oh, man, that's a porno. I didn't think that sort of thing actually happened. Domino's sucks. Interesting. Wow. Well, what happened? Was there a happy ending? The craziest thing I had back, I was probably like 25, 26. I had one of those magazine, and they get some like tough crowds sometimes on the magazine, door-to-door magazine sales in the summer. And she was kind of attractive, young woman, probably my age, similar age. She comes knocking on my door, trying to sell me magazines. I'm like, I don't want any magazines. And I think my zipper, I'm getting excited telling this story. My zipper was down. And like when I tell her no, she like slaps my crotch and like winks and says, your fly's down. And I'm like, whoa, did that really happen? And then she like walks away. I thought a porno was going to start, but nope, That was all. Interesting. Domino's Pizza. So it was like the Gilbert Grape thing. The weirdest Domino's Pizza delivery I had, I think it was Domino's, because that was like the only. We actually had like a ton of pizza places in Macomb. It's a college town. I ordered Domino's. I think it was a Super Bowl, and the dude comes up. The delivery guy comes up wearing a chicken costume, and I'm like, this can't be real. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, can I take a picture? So I've got a picture, and like I posted it on Facebook. They're like, no, that didn't happen. Like, why would I freaking lie about a chicken delivering my pizza? 4-leaf cards, what's going on? Hope you're all having a great start to your Friday. Bill Simus said, listed a signed Taylor Swift CD I bought from her website 4 years ago. Figured now I'll get the most out of it with all the hype and oh, hell yeah. Heck yeah. Let's see. Brian says, should I do a hardball lot or list individually? I don't know. See, I'm torn. It depends. Like, it depends. I don't know. I'm a singles lister because they'll sell at a higher rate, especially now they'll sell at a higher rate. I mean, but like a lot, you only have to ship one. Like you may sell 10 cards to 10 different people. You have to weigh, do you want to ship 10 single cards or do you just want to sell one single lot? You'll get more money on the singles at this time with that, particular player. So it's kind of like, that's a decision you got to make. I would sell them as singles, but that's how I would handle it. Unicorn Cupcake says, I got very nervous and told her I was working and had more pizzas to deliver. Let's see. He was young. Here come the sex bots. Uh-oh. Hobby Evolution Penthouse Letter Edition. All right. Hey, let's play Name That Player. So, again, I'm not prepared. All right. We're going to do kind of a tougher one there. We'll do kind of an easier one there. So we'll do what? 4 or 5 baseball. We got to do an older player. Oh, there's a good one. There's an older player. All right, let's find some football. Where'd my Panini box go? Did I do? I don't think I did him. Oh, maybe I did because these are ones that oh, those are all ones I did last week. Some of these are just way too easy. Okay, he's not quite as easy. We want them somewhat difficult, but not too difficult. I like that one. So I think we're going to probably do more baseball. And we'll do some non-sports. Jay, what's going on? Johnny M. What's happening? Uncle Rich is ready to go. All right. So we're going to do... Uncle Rich might know that one. Oh, that's a good one. All right. We're going to play Name That Player. Or Name That Actor or Actress. That's a good one. All right, try to find one more. What was she in? All right, I'm just trying to find one more. Come on, give me one more. And I want a good one. I want a fun one. Max, what's going on? Dan says, do a poll. Home, on the road, at work, to see where people watch you from. That's a good one. So where are you watching? Are you at home? On the road? Are you at work? Some of these I list. Some of these we did last week. There's just a lot of doubles in here. Someone just pick one. Just pick one. I'm only looking for one more card. Just pick one. What a good one, though. What a good one. And then some of these I'm like, oh, I probably know them. And I look at the back of the card and it's like, oh, nope, I guess I don't. Like this. Who's this? Charles in Charge. What was she in? All right. We're going to end up just picking one. All right. Next pile, we're not going to do any more waiting. Okay. I think oh yeah, I already got her. Just looking for one more. We're doing Panini Americana. I won't tell you what year. Panini Americana. That's a good one. Okay. Oh, there's another good one in there. Okay. Spam Likely says ads getting a little too much on the channel. I don't control that. YouTube controls that. So blame YouTube. All right. So we're going to start with a baseball. We'll go to actor, football, actor, baseball, football, actor, baseball, actor, and then end it with 2 baseball. All right. Spam says 2 times now. Well, that sucks. Well, hopefully I get paid for it. It's Spam Likely. All right. So let's go to the scoreboard. Name that player. Here's the scores. Max in the lead. Big lead for Max. Card Hobbyist in second with 7. Joe Trotto, Uncle Rich, Dan with 5 points apiece. And there's the rest. So here we go. We've got baseball, football, and a couple actors. So we're going to start with baseball. You got to know your prospects. You got to know your prospects. Oakland A's. Who's this guy? Oakland Athletics. I'm going to give credit for closely spelling it. It's Poisson, but Pison. It's a tough one. I don't even know how to say it, so we'll give you credit. Joe Trotto with the point. Joe Trotto with the point. Pison, close enough. Joe Trotto moves up 1 point closer to the card hobbyist. 6 now for Joe. We got an actor coming up. Let's see. So when I do actors, I got to be careful because I will take credit for one of his roles. Okay. Your fingernails are, I know they are. I chew them like crazy. So I will take one of his I will take the actor's real name, or actor's name, or one of his character names. All right, this guy. You know what they say about dudes with short fingernails, big penises? I don't know. What do they say? Who's this guy? I will accept Cameron. Little finger. I will accept Cameron. He was Cameron Fry in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. His real name, Alan Ruck. Is that close enough? Dan, Alan Ruck. I don't know if I can get it any closer. Alan Ruck is correct. Or Cameron Fry. So who got that one? Porter got that one. Where are we at? Porter, you have 3 points on the game. And so you move all the way up. There we go. Get a space and all right. Cameron. All right, next up we've got foosball. We've got a Houston Texan. Houston Texans. Try to get it as close as I can without blurring it. It is DeAndre Hopkins, flipping sports guy. Flipping sports guy with the point, DeAndre Hopkins. All right. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. I thought that would be a tough one. Apparently not. Flipping sports guy. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, 4 points for the flipping sports guy. So you have now moved up over here, right behind Dan. And boom. All right, next up, we're going back to Hollywood. Back to Hollywood. Let's see. And I've got to see. I'm only going to accept actress name, none of the character names. Yeah, I'm not going to accept character name because I think I know it from one of her roles, but I'm not going to accept it. Only the actress's name, last name. First name is not going to be enough. I need either the last name or the full name. So I will not accept only the first name. I will accept last name, or I will accept first and last name. So this actress. So I'm not going to accept character name from any movie roles. I will not accept her first name, but I will accept her first and last name or her last name. Let's see. It is What's-Her-Face. You're close. I can't accept that, though. It is not Diora Baird. It is not Yasmine Bleeth. Oh, it's not Danielle Fishel. She kind of does resemble Danielle Fishel, though. Not Beret. Max recognizes her. I thought Uncle Rich would know this one. All right, so I'm going to closer. Dan, closer. All right. She was in Terminator. That should give it away. Terminator. Yes. So Scotty Dubs, I'm not going to accept that, but I am going to accept, even though I think he spelled it correctly, just not in the correct order. We will take Milton. Linda Hamilton is correct. So we will give it to Dan. He just fat fingered the entire last name. All of the letters, he actually spelled it H. There's an H, there's an A, M, I, L, T, O, N. Yeah, you just put an extra O in there. So Dan gets the point. Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, was that her name in the movies? So Dan has 6 points, and now you tie Joe Trotto. Move ahead of Uncle Rich. One spot. There we go. All right. Next up, we're going to do baseball. All right. Make sure I've got, okay, there we go. All right. So, baseball. He played for the airbrushed St. Louis Cardinals. Who's this guy? Lou Brock is correct. Lou Brock. Michael Renicky. I think that's your first point. It was not Tony Perez. Lou Brock. He fat fingered. We got a lot of fat fingers in here. Fat fingers, stubby fingernails. Lou Brock. Lou Brock. Michael Renicky. Is that your first point? I think that's your first point. All right. Where are we at? Where are we at? Lou Brock. Fat Finger Friday. Oh, here's a good one. I bet Christian will get this one. Football. Did we may have done him last week. I can't remember. I think we did. It is Andre Ware. Joe was fastest. Oh, Joe. Christian had it, but Joe was a tick faster. Andre Ware. Did we do this last week? We might have had him in last week's pile. Andre Ware. Joe Trotto. And you are now tied in second place. Card Hobbyist and Joe Trotto with 7 apiece. Porter says I was too slow in last week too. Okay. So, all right. We're going back to Hollywood. All right. This should be a gimme. Again, I'm only going to accept his real name. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to accept his first name. I will accept first name. I will accept first name or last name or both. I will not accept any character names that he played in movies, but I will accept his first name. So if you type in his first name and it's correct, you'll get the point. Here it is. This guy. First name, last name, or both will be accepted. Any movie names will not be. Leslie is correct. Or Nielsen. Harlan, got it. Leslie or Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen. All right. So Harlan's back on the board. Let's see. Where is Harlan at? Harlan, 4 points. And he moves into a tie with the flipping sports guy. And save. Here we go. Leslie Nielsen. Yeah, Frank Drebin was his character name in Naked Gun. All right, back to baseball. It's going to be baseball heavy here the next few cards. Another Panini. It is not low. It is Chris Bryant. Max with his first point of the day. Chris Bryant, former Cub, former National League MVP, Chris Bryant. Max, no shutout this week, so he moves up to 16 points. And we've got how many cards? We got 3 cards left. 3 cards left. Let's do... We'll do one more baseball. All right, or we got 2 more baseball. Oh, we got a rookie gold cup. We'll do another baseball, Hollywood baseball. So we've got a rookie gold cup of this guy. Bryant's been riddled with injuries since he's left the Cubs. He has not performed very well. Luis Robert is correct. Max was the fastest. Luis Robert, Chicago White Sox. Let's see. Porter, yes, I can see your points. You were, let's see, on the last one. Let's see. Porter, on Chris Bryant, you were second. You were behind Max on Chris Bryant. On the Leslie Nielsen, Porter was second on Leslie Nielsen, behind Harlan. Andre Ware, Porter was on Andre Ware. I don't think Porter answered Andre Ware. No. So no. Let's see. Where are we at? Max on Luis Robert. So Peter said Trotto's first on my feed. Let's go to the YouTube. Let's check my feed over here because I haven't been. It's been accurate, but let's confirm. Let's confirm. Here we go. Groundhog Day. Hey, hit the like button while we pause for this check. Let's see. On Luis Robert. Guess what? Guess what? Joe was first. Joe was first. A lot of people said, yeah, Joe was also first. So we have to take Max's point away on this. Did I even add it? On Luis Robert, Joe was correct. Okay, so now I want to go back and check the last couple. On Chris Bryant, Max was first on Chris Bryant. Max was first. Porter was second. Flipping Sports Guy was third. On Leslie Nielsen, Harlan was the fastest. Porter was second. All right. Andre Ware. Joe Trotto. Did we give Joe? I think we gave Joe the point on Andre Ware. All right. So it looks like just this last one, it was boom, boom. So Joe Trotto. All right. Joe Trotto. Let's give Joe the point. And oh, there we go. Joe Trotto, 8 points for Joe. All right. So I do have the stream up on my side. So we can check it over. It must, when they come at the same time, I don't know, when it gets to StreamYard, I don't know. So getting back to Porter, so we've talked about this in previous episodes. So usually you will come up first on your own stream. I don't know. It's something weird with YouTube. Let's see. Okay. We've got 2 cards left. 2 cards left. We've got an actor. We've got an actor. Okay, this is going to be a tough one. Uncle Rich, if he's still with us, I think he might be the only person that gets this. Uncle Rich might be the only person who gets this actress. I will take first name. I will take last name. I won't take any character names. The only character name that I can remember is her actual real name. All right. It is not Barbara Walters. It is an old lady, but I won't accept that. It's not Carmela Soprano. It is not Han. It is not Anne Margaret. She had a show that was named after her name. It was the blank blank show. Might have watched it on Nick at Night. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Patty Duke. Yes, SoCal guy. Patty Duke is correct. The Patty Duke Show, which was from the 1960s. So, SoCal guy with a point. Where are we at? Where are we at? Is that your first point of this new round? I think so. It is. All right. So Michael Renicky with his first point. SoCal guy with his first point. Patty Duke. Now, our last one, we go to baseball. I will accept. Well, we already got a correct answer. Yeah, I would have taken first name, last name, or his nickname. And it looks like I think we've got nobody named his first name, but it is Orlando Hernandez. Make sure we've got the correct Flipping Sports Guy, confirmed. Confirmed on both sides. Orlando Hernandez, also El Duque. I would have accepted El Duque as well. Hernandez is correct. Flipping Sports Guy with the point, and he moves to 5 points, which ties him with Uncle Rich. So let's take a look at the updated standings. Max maintains his lead with 16 points. Joe Trotto moves into second with 8. Card Hobbyist has 7 in third place. Fourth place is Dan Korean Cardboard. Uncle Rich and the Flipping Sports Guy tied for 5th. Harlan has 4 points. Porter, Huddle Card Collection, Merle, and Tom Gibson have 3 each. Then we've got Jordan Brown, Philly Joe, That 70s Card Show, and Flawed Thinker with 2 points each. And with 1 point, Mark Marinello, Christian, Brian, Diego, Michael, and SoCal Guy 1967. There you go. Peter says, I think I have negative cards. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. 90 minutes in. Have a great Friday. Hit the like button on your way out. Just a quick update for those that may not have watched yesterday. I did a preview on some of the cards that will be for sale next week. A lot of interest. If you're not in the Facebook group, check out the Facebook group Hobby Evolution. Just type in Hobby Evolution on Facebook. And if you have any questions on how the sale is going to run next Thursday night, if you're wondering, well, what the hell sale are you talking about? Next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central, we're going to run an inventory bulk sale. So basically my quarter boxes, I'm going through, picking out, there's going to be roughly, I think, 1,400 cards per box. We're going to put them in like 550 count boxes inside of flat rate boxes. And then, box 1 will go for sale right here live on YouTube. And I'm just going to start showing off cards. You're going to get 1,400 total cards, and I'm just going to start taking piles until they're claimed. If more than one person is interested, I don't want to run into issues with I was first. We don't want to run into that with a sale. So if more than one person's interested, it's not going to be who's first. Now we go into an auction. So it's going to be a buy it now price. And if somebody wants to spend more on it, then you'll go into an auction. So Porter says my Card Dealer Pro Discord link is no good. I will send a link. You're in the Facebook group. I'll put a link in the Facebook group. So that's how we'll run it. So it'll start at a buy it now price, which is a good price. But if you think you want to pay more for it, which I'm going through and like, there's going to be some good stuff. Like, I think it's good stuff. It's great stuff for my inventory of $2 cards. And you're going to be getting these for 5 to 6 cents at the starting price of a buy it now. And then if you want to pay 10 cents, then we go to, there's more than one person interested. If you feel it's worth 10, 15, 20 cents a card, then that's what you bid it up to. So that's how we're going to run it. I'm hoping to get 10 boxes, 10 flat rate boxes. So my plan is I'm aiming to do 5 baseball, 3. Oh, that doesn't math out. I'm looking to do multiple baseball, multiple football, probably 2 basketball. And if I can do hockey and soccer, I'll do a hockey and soccer. I don't think I'll have enough to do a non-sport / other sport box. Basically, my non-sport bargain boxes are non-sports plus tennis, UFC, wrestling, basically stuff that I just don't have enough cards for a full box. If I have enough, I'll put one of those together because I know there's interest in the non-sport stuff. So that's the plan. Next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, we'll do a sale. And again, I'm hoping to do 10 total boxes. I put together a couple football boxes last night. I'm going through a lot of color. So it's going to be, I think it'll be worth your while, worth my while, worth your while. So that's what we'll do next Thursday night. Brian wants to know any Gypsy Queen. Probably not. I mean, it's just my quarter boxes. So if you've seen my quarter boxes, I don't know if you have, but no. There might be some, but I'm just kind of going through and grabbing what I grab. Porter says, I don't want to be greedy, but can we buy 2 boxes? Absolutely. You can buy as many boxes as you want, as long as the price is right and all that. So yeah, there's no limit. Like if you want to buy all 10 boxes, if I have 10 boxes for sale, the same person can buy all 10 boxes. It's not going to there won't be any shipping discounts because they're going to be in flat rate boxes. So it's not like I can combine shipping. So that's why it's going to be an all-in price. So it's going to start out at the baseball, football, basketball is going to be $80, the buy it now price, which is going to be a little less than 6 cents per card. If there's multiple people interested in said box, then it's going to go into an auction style, whatever it ends at. So, but if you buy all 10 boxes, I can't discount the price because it's going to be shipped. Each box is shipped. So you're going to get multiple boxes. So yeah, absolutely. There's no limit, but there won't be any shipping discounts. By the way, shipping this week, I think I'm going to save this for tomorrow because I've got a lot to say on this and I want to show some tweets. That was all the rage on hobby Twitter yesterday. And an eBay seller who actually owns a brick and mortar card shop just dug a deep hole for himself. Did not look good. We'll talk about that tomorrow on Hobby Evolution. So next Thursday is the big sale, the inventory sale. If you have any questions, I think the best place to ask is just in the Facebook group, Hobby Evolution. There's a thread on the sale. So any questions, just put it in that thread. Makes it easy. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store. Links in the description, 99centcards.com. We will go live tomorrow and Sunday, about 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We go on weekends. So until tomorrow, have a great Friday, and we'll see you Saturday.